Trump co-defendant Walt Nauta has filed a motion with Judge Cannon in the documents case in Florida, and he's claiming the search warrants used to search Mar-a-Lago were overly broad, very general, did not have enough probable cause, and alleges it was basically a fishing expedition by uh, the prosecution team and the DOJ. Well, that would have been a good enough motion. However, they tacked something on the end that really has me scratching my head. They said it's just furtherance of this political prosecution by Joe Biden and his corrupt DOJ, or something to that effect. But you have an attorney now who put something in the court record about accusing Joe Biden of being involved in this case, when all available evidence shows Joe Biden's not part of this case. So I thought that was interesting. It also sounds like something Donald Trump would say or have his attorneys try. And last I knew, I thought Donald Trump was paying Walt Nauta's attorneys. So maybe they're trying this so it doesn't come from Donald Trump himself and to see if it works. Now, I don't expect this to be granted by Judge Cannon. I mean, she would be very foolish to grant this. Um, Clearly, you had enough probable cause to get a federal judge to sign off on the search warrant. They wouldn't have gone after a search warrant to search a former president's residence without a mountain of probable cause. Um, the old adage is, if you're going to shoot for the king, don't miss. And they wouldn't have taken this shot if they even thought there was a possibility of their search warrant getting tossed out. So I don't think that's anything to worry about. However, should Judge Cannon decide to side with Walt Nauta and Donald Trump by tossing out this evidence, Jack Smith will appeal her to the 11th Circuit, which I'm surprised he hasn't done yet, but he will appeal that decision to the 11th Circuit, and then she will more than likely get overruled and tossed from the case. Now, why hasn't Jack Smith taken her already? The problem is a lot of the rulings that she has made have been paperless rulings, which end up being like one or two sentences that get put in directly into the court record. Um, but because they're paperless, they aren't appealable. She has been very cagey about how she's issued her rulings, issuing as many paperless as she can to avoid Jack Smith being able to take anything to the 11th Circuit. But this would be one of those things where she would have to come out with it, probably an official ruling, and then Jack Smith can appeal and have her forcibly recused from this case. New judge comes in, he can ask the new judge to reconsider that motion. He'd reconsider it, and the search warrant would be allowed. So don't get too worked up over it. I think it's just another delay tactic, and ultimately will get overturned by the 11th Circuit.